think that's 45 grand. I ain't no, you know, real deal. I'm not a certified mechanic. I just know how to do a little something. You feel me? All right, y'all. So look, we just leaving. Well, we at Freightliner here in things like Stockbridge or something. I don't know, Stockbridge or McDonough, Morrow, somewhere. I had to pick up some parts because we got to change on my Freightliner. My torque rod's missing this here cushion piece. So I'm like, man, let me go ahead and change that out before it causes even further problems. So we're gonna replace both of them today. That's on my truck. I got my AC condenser. I'm gonna replace this because y'all see a condenser? Yeah. And this is the aftermarket condenser. This one costs like 100 and something. The actual factory one for Freightliner costs like 400 and something dollars. I'm like, shoot, let me get that $100. You feel me? So I'm gonna be changing this out. I've been like 3 weeks, no AC. But the good thing is, it ain't been really hot. It been, you know, kind of cloudy, just like it is today. Kind of cloudy with a little wind, a little rain here and there. So you know, I've been cool. I had to get a couple of these little side marker lights, turn signals, because mine, one of them went out. So I'm gonna change that. And I got a few fuel filters for my for the PM. So we're gonna be doing the PM today, changing our torque rods, rotating tires, and hopefully getting this condenser installed. So I'm gonna holler at y'all though, but stay tuned because the video is coming. Yes sir. So what we about to do is replace this here torque bar. As you can see, it's old, and some of the little cushion right there, I don't know what you call it, bushing or whatever it is missing on this side, or it's like worn down. And one in the front is even worse. Show y'all that right quick. One in the front is like look, that don't, this thing, you know, out of there. So we're gonna replace both of these. Now, to replace both of these, you're gonna need some gloves, of course. You're gonna need your wrench. You're gonna need a 5/16 socket, deep socket, and either a 5/16 open end wrench, or I got some grip pliers. So hopefully that's gonna help me keep it steady while I'm trying to take it off. So we about to get that done. We got the new ones right here. One for the front, one for the rear. Torque rod. Let y'all see that. Torque rod. Guess that's the part number. 16-18972-000. So just go ahead and get these out. And these are made in USA, man. This ain't no Chinese right here. That's USA. So let's go ahead and get this popping. Alright, so you got everything loose already. Let's remove these bolts. So I'm gonna crank the truck because my airbags are like low. So as I raise the airbags, it'll be real easy to take those bolts out. Let me move this back here so I don't make a mistake and knock it over. That was good right there. Where he at? Crank the truck up right quick. So with that side being out, we don't really need the airbags to raise up anymore because we can actually, dang. So we actually wiggle it to get these here pieces out. Now these here gonna be hard because these is mounted to the frame, so you're gonna have to knock those out. So got a little bar to knock that thing on up out of that. Make it easy for me. Let me see. I can tap them out. Oh, that bad. Hold on, let me get that bolt to fail. Oh, don't want to lose my bolt. So we got this side out, so we don't really need the airbags to move anymore to get this side here out. Just gonna need to tap it out because it's mounted to the frame, so it's gonna take some beating to get it out of there. Thing ain't moving. See if I can wiggle it a little bit, loosen it. All right. See, just had to loosen it up because the torque that was behind it was had that thing stuck to the frame. So, and if you do have to knock it out, you want to be careful not to damage. Dang, stuff on that file. You want to be careful not to damage those threads. So I wouldn't recommend knocking it out. All right, so we got this side here out. It'll be real easy to take out this side. It's just you want to have something to wiggle that bolt because of all that torque. It's like mounted to the frame, so you want to get your grips or whatever you got, hook it up there and wiggle it. You want to wiggle it so you can get it loose. I'm gonna use this so it don't hurt the hand. You want to wiggle it back and forth, get that thing nice and loose. Because with all the paint, all that torque behind it, it's like stuck. So now it should be easy to come out. Alright, now take out the first one. I had to wiggle that one too. Alright, getting them out. Now, hold on, get that bracket. Make sure you don't lose your bracket. You want to install your bracket the same way that you took it out. So we got the words at the top, the number, well, hardly nothing at the bottom. So that's how we're going to reinstall that. So I want to show y'all these bolts right quick. Let y'all see that the big difference. So this is the bolt from this side, this is the bolt from that side. See, it's a totally different. Now it's the same size nuts and washers, but the bolts are different. So you don't want to install these bolts on that side. So you want to keep everything separate. And these are longer because it has to go through the frame and the bracket and still have enough room for you to mount it. All right, so we got that old piece out. Where the hell I put it? I want to show y'all that thing. Oh, dang, I'm tripping. So this here the old piece. Now as you can see, this here was tore up. Like, see how they look? They had big old indentation on it. So this was the this here bushing or cushion part that was gone inside this piece, which caused it to move as you're driving and doing whatever that you're doing. So that's why we went ahead and replaced the rear, because the rear wasn't really bad. The rear wasn't really bad, but if I'm gonna replace one, I might as well replace both of them, right? So out with the old, in with the new. Now with this one, you want to look at it, right? Because as you can see, this part got a little slant. Let me put it up here. This part got a little slant to it, and this part here doesn't. This part here is flat. So you just got to pay attention to how you going to mount it, right? Where's that bracket? That bracket has to go on. And how I do it is, I put the bracket on, I put these screws in there enough to where it barely sticks out. Because I'm showing y'all like this because I don't know if you'll see it with all these wires. So I'm gonna put the screw in now, through the frame, through the bracket, just enough for it to stick out. That way I can position this correctly. Let's go ahead and get that part done. Bracket against the wall. Remember, numbers up, well, letters up against the wall, because we want to install it the same way. All right, down in, just from here in. All right, just enough to come through the frame. That way, the bolts is holding the bracket for me. I ain't got to do all that work. Let me get up in here because too much bending going on. All right, so let's get this side here in first. we're gonna put that. So as you can see, right, like I say, one side is kind of slanted looking, the other side isn't. It's straight up and down. So the slanted part is gonna go on your differential, because your differential is at like a 45-degree angle. So I guess this is here is at a 45-degree angle, and your frame is at a 90-degree angle. So we're gonna put that side, the 90-degree angle side over here, 45-degree angle side over there. I think that's 45-degree angle. I ain't no, you know, real deal. I'm not a certified mechanic. I just know how to do a little something. You feel me? So get the foot out of there. So we got that in. Now we're gonna slide the bolts. Let me move it over. Gonna slide the bolts. Ooh, get on there now. Come on, what are you doing? Slide the bolts in there. Now this part is gonna be kind of tricky. Sometimes you may need to drop your bags or raise them up to get everything lined up properly. But from the looks of it, this side here lined up pretty good without a problem. Let me tap it in there a little bit to get it all the way through. All right, that's all the way through. The other one all the way through, easy peasy. Now to get this here lined up properly, look like we're gonna have to raise the airbags because this side is way off. This side is off just by a little bit. So let me get my bolts ready, and I'm gonna crank the matter of fact, let me show y'all that right. All right, so y'all can see those two lined up perfectly, right? Lined up perfectly. Now these two, this one here is way off from the actual hole that's on the differential. This one here is slightly off. So we don't have enough muscle to be like trying to maneuver this thing in the correct position. Now this thing can handle, this is a torque bar. It can handle a lot of pounds of pressure. And we don't got nearly a quarter of that, 1/8 of that, 1/16, 1/32, 1 nothing of that, right? So the trick to it is we're gonna raise the airbags, which is gonna properly line this up for us, and we're gonna slide our screws through there. So let's go ahead, crank the truck, and make that happen. This side is way off than this side. Gotta lift it up. Hold it back. Now it in. Both of them in. That's the trick to it. The airbags don't get you right. Let's put this on here so it doesn't fall off. Just lightly put it on there. Lightly put on this one. Voila. All right, so we got both of those in, right? Get my tools. So we got both of those in. Now we're gonna go ahead and bolt it down. It's that simple. Now all we gotta do is bolt this down like how I do it. I take my grip pliers, put this on the bottom to hold that for me. Putting grips on there. Get my socket, my deep socket. Put it on top, and then winch it down. And I use my my winch bar for my flatbed to put that extra torque behind it. As soon as I get it tight enough with my hands. And it's that easy, y'all. After we do this, that's it, man. So I'm gonna finish this up, and appreciate y'all for tuning in. But that's how you change your torque bar on the Freightliner. The front and the rear, the same exact process. Them airbags gonna play a major role in you getting this stuff done easily. And that's something I had to figure out. So I want to give y'all those same helpful tips so y'all can save money and continue pushing on down that road. But thank y'all for tuning in, rolling with Big Chief. I'm gonna get this knocked out, and we finna go get to the money. You feel me? Yes, sir.